Like, I ain't have to worry about my mom picking up. You on the phone? I need to use the phone. Bye. Like, hi, welcome, guys, welcome, girls, and every human in between. This is the Bear With Me podcast. I'm your host, Whit. Welcome. If this is your first time, if this is your second, third, fourth, or 54th time, welcome back. Welcome back. Stay focused. How y'all doing? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Let's first address Usher and Chris Brown. Because, yeah, I saw them and I got feelings. So I just need to go ahead and just share. Because, I mean, one, we love a story time. That's why we're here. Two, I know people either have gone, are going, or not going to go, but just want to, know. So here we go. A good time was had. Yes, a good time was had. I really enjoy Usher and Chris Brown. Now, let me just be very honest and transparent. I shouldn't give Chris Brown spins. I'm gonna just, it's a hot take because I need to hold him accountable to other people whose personal lives indicate their being, I'm gonna just be honest. And there are other people I'm like, I don't listen, I don't play, you don't get no spins from me, like I just can't. But there are two people who still get spins from me and they still get support from me. That's Michael and Chris Brown. So meet me in the comments if you feel like, well, you a hypocrite. Shut it down across all of them. Bear with me. I really, I really don't want to. Damn, they're good. Anyway, performers, entertainers. They're not even just performers, they're entertainers. I made the intentional decision to not really record. Like, I recorded the beginning, maybe a splash in the middle, and then the closing. They closed with the song that I wanted, and I was so happy. They closed on the song that I wanted them to close on, so I felt really, really good. Everybody keep talking about it being 3 hours. I was cheated because I got 2 hours and 50 minutes. Get back on that stage, both of y'all, and give me 10 more minutes. And if you really, really, really counting the minutes, when there were, I won't call them intermissions, I'll call them kind of production breaks. Maybe they in the back changing clothes, maybe they in the back catching their breath. When Chris Brown and Usher, neither one of them were, take your time. When neither one of them were performing, the DJs would play. Cute. I'd rather the dancers dance, honestly, because what we talking, personal opinion. And it was okay. And they did that maybe 2-3 times. I think it was like 2 or 3 times, because the first time it was some girl, Cash Doll, and some dude. Don't know either one of those people. The second time it was Eric Bellinger. I wish that I would have went on the night that it was Eric, Tank, and Mario. I would have liked that night. But we got Eric. And then I think there was another time, but I just really don't remember it. And yeah, when you take out those chunks of time, I know that I got less, I want time. But a good time was had. Let me tell y'all about one of the intermissions. Let me tell y'all, okay. So it was one of the intermissions, and they playing music. Well, they got ready to start playing music or something like that. And these girls next to me, they started getting ready to leave and like lead a row. Y'all, Swag Surf came on. If you know me, even if you don't know me, you're learning me right now. Swag Surf That girl got ready to walk past me. I said, I'm sorry, but I can't, I gotta do this right now. Like, I can't, you can't, what she say? I say, I'm sorry, but you gotta wait. That's what I said. I said, I'm sorry, but you gotta wait. You just gotta wait. I don't know if the young lady said, okay, I'll wait, or, oh no, I'm not gonna wait. I don't know. I can't recall what she said. What I do know is that I swagged and I surfed, and she watched me surf and swag. And then after I got it out, she then exited down the aisle. Baby girl, you're not gonna interrupt me on this moment. Like, you don't understand the magnitude of that song for me. And that's not your business, but that song is my business. And my business right now is to make sure on my day, let me be very clear. We went on July 5th. On my day, swag when I surf, now watching me surf and swag. Great moment, great moment, great moment, great moment. She waited, she was respectful, wasn't no issue, wasn't no nothing. So I don't know. Maybe she said, okay, I'll wait. I don't know. And it is what it is. But I tell you, you're gonna have to wait. you just gotta wait. Now let's talk about the ever viral take you down segments. Our girl on our night, not it. I was not a fan. Chris, you got a stadium full of girls who want to take you down, okay? And you gonna get this little girl. You ripping on her clothes. I know you know her, and I know this was set up because what? But then again, some girls probably you could have pulled. You take your time. You probably could have picked up any girl in there, ripped on her clothes, and she probably wouldn't have had no issue. However, I know I am pretty confident that this little girl was set up. So let me tell you what I think is happening. When they're selecting the girls in certain cities or certain days, I feel like, because you really take a sip, because what's going on with the language today? Oh, that's so far. I think certain nights, certain days, certain whatever, certain cities, whatever, there are women who he's probably contractual, another word, contractually, did I say that right? They signed a contract type. I feel like there are probably models that he's been like, hey, I want you to come to my show. I want to bring you on stage. These are the things that we're going to possibly do, or this is going to be the little routine setup type. And I want you to be down and, whatever. These girls are models. So I think that that's what's happening, because baby girl she just didn't give a random girl in the crowd. Like, you're a random girl in the crowd and you finna meet Chris Brown? You're a little too calm for me. You're not giving what's supposed to give on this moment. Like, this is your 2-3 minutes worth of moment. You supposed to go off. One girl. And I'm like, was she one of the setups, or was she just genuinely picked out the audience? Because this little girl went up there with what I feel like super high cut volleyball shorts. If you've seen volleyball players, you know how short they shorts be, but hers were a little shorter, or just the standard shorts at this point, because everybody got that bottom cheek meat that be hanging out now. Little corset top. And Shorty was on that bed throwing it back like Shorty was throwing it back. And I was here for it. And then they did a little kiss, and I'm like, well, the kissing gave me this might have been a setup, but the genuine of I'm finna take you down, Mr. Brown, it gave you don't know me and I don't know you, and so I'm finna make it do what it do. I don't know. I do know that a good time was had. I do know that we were cheated on our girl, because you're supposed to show out, okay? Again, this is your moment. Okay? All right. If you intend on going to the Chris Brown concert, or Chris Brown and Usher, because Usher did his thing too. Ooh, Usher said something. Let me tell you what he said. So they was setting up, getting ready to pick their girls to come on stage. And this is another moment in the concert that went viral for Chris Brown. He was like, I ain't trying to get caught up on nothing or nothing because some girl must have went up there, acted a fool, and then I don't know, but it was something he had posted on was something he said it not my day, but he was like, I ain't trying to get caught up no more, woo woo. And Usher was like, nah, I want me a married cause take your time. Chris Brown wanted a girl who was single. And then that's when he went into his whole I ain't trying to get caught up. Usher then says, nah, I want me a married woman because that means we both got something to lose. Well, Mr. Raymond, I see where you're going with it. And you definitely have a point. So because I'm with my sister and my cousin, I asked them because they're married. I say, how y'all feel about that? Like, how y'all feel about that? Because to me, that's a true statement. Because a single woman and a married man ain't nothing but chaos ready to explode. A married woman and a single man ain't nothing but chaos to explode. Because somebody just waiting on the other person to be available. And yeah, they thinking they feeling that they got more rank and entitlement than what they really got. Both of us being married, we both got something to lose. We both ain't really trying to throw off our home. We might be a little unhappy in it, but we finding a little bit of peace or solace with each other. And so we ain't really finna stir the pot too much. You feel me? So I was like, ooh, And I wonder how many married people cheat with other married people. I just a little curious, like that, whatever. So meet me in the comments if you agree with what Usher said regarding I want mad married because we both got something to lose. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into today's topic. I first want to take a moment to thank a good friend of mine for helping me elaborate on the topic. I really appreciate her because I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this, but like, I don't really know how, and I'm tired of. And she was like, well, what if you did. And I was like, yeah. So let's dive into it. We're going to be talking about technology. Now, I know I had a whole episode about AI, and I don't mean AI. I do mean technology, specifically internet and our cell phones. So it's kind of like the evolution of a cell phone because we'll get there. Episode kind of came about because I don't even remember. I think I was on my phone and I was just like, dang, like this crazy. I don't know. And then I know that, I've been rather nostalgic in my more recent episodes. And I'm like, let's just keep it going a little bit longer. So we're going to go back in time. We're going to go back to the year I was born. 1989. The first car phone was installed in a car. Can't remember the make and model. Should have researched that, but was it 89 or 87? Can't remember. But car phones, or was it 88? We're not gonna even waste the time to put it in the caption or on the screen because everybody don't watch it. Some people, a good chunk of people, I think, listen. But anyway, car phones were introduced into cars somewhere between 87 and 89. I'm gonna claim 89 because that was just a good time. And that's mine. Yeah. And so I think that that's super cool. I actually knew a guy in high school who his car, and I went to grammar school with him. Dang, that's crazy. Grammar school is what people in Chicago call elementary school. I knew that man for a long time, now that I think about it. I went to grammar school and high school with him. But anyway, his car when we was in high school had a car phone he ain't had no phone in there no more, but the slot, or maybe he did, don't remember. But the slot where the car phone would be, he had that. I was like, dang, this is an old car. All right, whatever. We riding, we getting from here to there. Who am I to say anything about? Keep going. Let's fast forward. And for a very long time, phones were cell phones, particularly, were a luxury. Not everybody got one. Let's go back and talk about landlines. I remember having a landline, my own personal landline phone. So my mama had her line, my daddy had me a line. No, you mixing up households. My mother had her a line, phone line, and I had me my own line. So when people were like, "What's your phone number?" growing up, I would give them my own line. And it was so cool. Like, I was the only person to have their own phone line. Like, I ain't have to worry about my mom picking up, "You on the phone? I need to use the phone. Bye." Like, I ain't have to worry about that. Like, ooh, okay. That was super cool. I also remember growing up, and then when I would be at my daddy house, um, the best place to have a conversation with nobody in your business, like I had real business, was downstairs in the basement. And the cord was super long. The cord was super, super long. And it was what? A rotary phone. Before that, oh my gosh, y'all, let me really, okay, yeah, this is, and I almost decided to kind of like pre-script some talking points, but I'm glad that I didn't, because right now this thought just came to mind. Y'all remember back in the day when you didn't need to enter the area code when he was dialing a phone number. Like, being in Chicago, my area code was 773. If I was calling my grandma's house, I didn't need to put 773 da 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 da. I need to do that. I could just dial her number and it automatically knew, send this to the 773 household with this number. Think about it, how now every day you have to say where your area code is. One, I feel like things are just so blended now, because I even think like when you moved from place to place, you had to adopt everything in that place. I haven't had to adopt a Houston area code. Even when I changed my number when I was down a few years ago, I said, "Do I have to get a a Houston area code?" They were like, "No, what area code would you like?" I said, "Oh, 773, please." Yeah, yes, indeed, pumpkin seed. So yeah, your girl gonna be 773 all through the days. Oh, that's so fire. Mm. So let's go back, or let's stay where we at. Car phones, cool. Landlines, rotary phones. My great granddaddy, when I would go to his house, he had, I won't call it a booty of a phone, but it it was still rotary. But when you wanted to move about the house, you kind of like had to hook your hand in the back of it and tug it around. And he had a long landline cord. Like, mugs was gonna be mobile in the house. They wasn't gonna be tied down unless it was like mounted on the wall like that. But I just remember phone. I miss landlines. Bring back landlines. Here's why I want you to bring back landlines. I want us to bring back landlines because the accessibility, I think, has created a sense of entitlement to people. People get bothered with you for not picking up the phone. What? I missed a call. I missed a call. And then they expect, like, call me right back, or especially since caller ID. We're gonna talk about caller ID, not too much. Slow down with. But I feel like just the amount of just, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I just be like, okay, what? Or if somebody say, "All right, I'm on my way," they get there when they get there. People like, "Dang, what's taking so long? What's this? What's that? Where you at? Where you at?" And it's like, bro, I said I'm on my way. I hung up that phone. I got in that car. I rode, and I got there. And I got there. Oh dang! Had them stop and get some ice. They ain't pick up the phone. They already left the house. Now, hey, can you pick up some ice on the way? Oh, can you do this or can you do that? Like, it's cute, it's convenient, it's nice. I think people would be a lot more intentional with their communication if I can only talk to you where you at. Because I done seen reels where people be like, uh I can call you when I get off work or when I'm on my way home, and then once I'm at home, I won't talk to nobody. It's kind of like that. Like we know we don't have to talk. Once I cross that threshold, like I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to sit up on the phone. I don't want to sit up on the phone. I just don't. Like I gave you my what should have been my music in the car time. You ain't pick up. Okay, no worries. Now you done call me back 2 hours later. The evening is what it is now. The TV, the phone, the scroll, the reading, the writing, the whatever I'm about to do with the rest of my evening, that's what I want to do. All right, let's keep it moving. So we had rotary phones. Then we moved into cordless phones with the thick. I want to know what was the purpose of a thick antenna of a house phone. Why was it always so long? Was it getting extra reception? Don't know, don't think so, but whatever. I'm not no engineer or no technologist. Is that a word? Is that a job? Don't know. Whatever. Um Once we got that cordless phone, oh yeah, now we mobile. Whit is no longer tied to her room on her landline. I can go make me something to eat, me sit up on the phone, and while we talking, because at this point, I'm somewhere around merging middle school. Okay, I might be in fourth, fifth, sixth grade, maybe, because we were chatty Cathys. Star 6 7. Never used it. Never. Wait, is it star 6? Yeah, star 6 7 is to call somebody private. But you also got to remember when star 6 7 came out, that was the that was the beginning of caller ID. I remember when my grandmother had to get a separate little caller ID reader to plug into her actual cordless phone. It was all these cords all around the TV and her little situation. And the phone would ring and she'd be like, look and see who that is. Don't pick up. Look and see who that is. Oh, grandma, it say, I answer. Hurry up. Like shorty just all of a sudden, now she need to screen her calls. You ain't had no problem picking up that phone before. Now you don't want to pick it up. Now you need to see who calling you. Caller ID was the first game changer. Star 6 7 was a little messy. Yeah. Like I said, I never star 6 7 nobody. I was a little nervous. I didn't feel cool enough, and I didn't know like I don't know that I don't want you to know that it's me calling. I don't know. And then we got to remember, you needed to know people's mama's names or daddy's names or whoever the homeowner was, because that's what was popping up. Last name, comma, first name, then a number. Man. That was I miss the 90s. It was fun. Whit is now in middle school. Three-way calling. A rite of passage. Surviving a three-way call. I'll never forget. Me and my homegirl. We talking about this dude I like. I say, I just don't know. Like, I don't know. She say, G, I'ma call him. Go, be quiet. Don't say nothing. I bet. Called him. Clicked me back in. Listening, trying not to breathe. Hoping my mama don't call my name, because can't truly remember if mute really worked or was a thing. Don't know. But we definitely like, what are you gonna say? What? How she finna set up this conversation to get the answer that I'm looking for? Mm. Girl beef. Now, thankfully, of a lot of the girls that I was friends or befriended, we didn't really have a whole lot of beef on no drama and was calling each other and seeing if they was talking mess. Like I don't remember them three ways, but I do remember couple three ways. So Either I would call my friend or my friend would call me. Then whichever one of us who started whichever one called the friend, they would then call their boyfriend, and then their boyfriend would call one of the other girl's boyfriend. And we all just sitting up on the phone. Like, I done been on some 3-ways that didn't had links. Like, what were we talking about? What were we talking about that we needed 5, 6, 7 of us on this call? Wait, and don't let nobody need to get off the phone and they in the midst of the link. So if they gotta leave, the rest of the line is gone. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Yeah. Something about that landline. I on my whole soul, every once in a while I think about getting a landline. I really do think about getting a landline. You know what? I wonder, because nowadays they be wanting you to use your phone. And I feel like if I told them, like, oh, I don't got no cell phone, all I got is a landline, and I got a landline, and I just never give them, because I ain't giving them my cell phone. Oh, I don't got no cell phone. I wonder, how would that impact my work production or my communication or whatever, if all I got is a landline? Because am I finna wait till I get home to call them kids, mamas and daddies, and give reports? Nah. Bring me back a landline. We gonna see about. I was trying to say, do people even still have landlines? But they got to. But businesses don't even use landlines. They use whatever little software line that they got that's connected to a computer. I don't know. It's all crazy to me. All right, let's fast forward. I got my first cell phone, 2003. I'll never forget it. Christmas. No, it wasn't 2003. 2002, because I graduated 2003. Yeah. December 2002. Christmas dinner. We all together. Immediate family, extended family, everybody. We everybody opening their gifts. I open up my gift. It's silent, quiet. I'm like, okay. And then there's this ringing. I'm like, somebody phone ringing. opening up the box. And my mama ended up calling the cell phone. I had a Motorola. Dang, what was it? It wasn't a Razor. I never got a Razor. I wish I had got a Razor, but I ain't get no Razor. I can't remember what kind of Motorola it was, but it was a Motorola something. And I had that hoe. And I remember getting so geeked up in my first cell phone. I was like, oh my God, I'm rolling through the room. I'm telling my cousins, hey, this my number. You gotta call me. You can call me after 9. Like, free after 9. I don't even remember how many minutes in the day I had, but I know I didn't have a lot. Maybe 1,000. I want to say I had 1,000 minutes and free after 9. And it was with Sprint. Man, that's when you start staying up later too. Like in the middle school, into high school, you start staying up later. And at this point, you have to stay up later because your minute's not free till 9 p.m. Then you have to call to check your minutes. And then I remember sometimes when I knew my minutes wasn't about to reset, I would call, see how many minutes I had left. All right, bet, cool. And that's when you started picking, am I finna call them right? Am I finna answer this phone right now? Or I'm gonna wait to call them back in now? Or you would try to just have a quick conversation with them and hang up somewhere between 57 and 59 seconds. Yeah. I was on that. Let me see if y'all remember this commercial. Wife just had a baby. Husband is giving out calls. It's something else. But all I can remember is we out of baby eats a boy. and would pick up, call, we out of baby eats a boy. We out of baby eats a boy. Like, just on repeat. And that was, first off, it was a clever, funny commercial. And sir, it doesn't matter how fast you said that, you still got charged a full minute. So you might as well drag out the full 55 seconds because I don't know what to tell you. We go from free at the 9, free at the 8, free at the 7. And some companies even started doing free at the 6. When I tell you the competition was thick, when I tell you people started adding more daytime minutes with they free after, just, it was an all-out marketing war strategy. Like, ooh. I think that's why kids sit up on the phone and don't talk about nothing. Because you can't tell me that we wasn't having no conversations. We were chatting it up. Mugs wasn't just sitting up on the phone. We had stuff to talk about. We had stuff, whether we was on that landline or that cell phone after or before 9, we were talking. Because if I had to wait till 9 p.m., better believe I'm about to unleash the dragon on some conversation. Okay? And then I need to call you, I need to call you, I need to call you. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like, we also got to keep the show rolling. I got to call and talk to all y'all, give y'all quality conversation, but I also still got more people to call. Man. Then I'll never forget this one year. Oh, phones started getting smaller and smaller. So, you had your bricks. On your bricks, you only had 2-3 games. The one game I remember most, Snake, and that one with a bar went back and forth. It slid back and forth across, or left and right across the screen, and you had to catch the little ball, and it would like ping pong back up. And as your levels got higher, it went up. It would come down faster. Yep. Matter of fact, that reminds me. Do y'all remember the DVD screensaver where the DVD video logo or whatever the device, the DVD brand was, it would just slide and glide across the screen, but if it hit the wall, it would like change its color. Such a basic ass graphic. But when I tell you, I would watch it to see, ooh, and you will, am I the only one who is this lame? So imagine a screen and you got all 4 corners of the TV. I would like watch to see the chances of it hitting the corner of the screen directly, like right at that right angle. Corny AF. I know it was corny, but I did it. I don't know. Girl, put on the movie. Press play on the movie. No, I'm into this screensaver right now. And when it would change colors, guessing to see what color it was going to be. Just cornball Betty. Like, oh my gosh. Cell phones. So that I remember my first phone was some sort of Motorola, and it had like squishy buttons, and the backlight was green, or like that neon yellow green, whatever. And then I had that phone for a good minute. Never got a Razor. Wish I had gotten a Razor. And that's when Nextel started doing they little chirp. Yeah. Was it Nextel doing chirp or was it Motorola doing chirp? Don't remember, but somebody was doing chirp. I wanted to do the chirp, but the chirp felt so Back up. How we go from landline to cell phone and we ain't talk about pager? With the infamous song 911-0024. Baby, it's an emergency. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk and share another little nugget of a story. When that was my body with Silk, Keith Sweat, and Drill, I think it was. But he opened it up and he was like, I'm finna page you 911-0024. Why did I allow my cousin, who is younger than me, convince me or us to dial that pager number. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the first 3 numbers in the dang message? Or in the number, in the pager? 911. We never got to 0024. We were calling the police. Called the police. Once we tapped in at 911, we got to dispatch. What did we do? Being stupid, we hung up the phone. What happened next, guys? The police came to the door. What happened next, guys? My auntie not at the crib. It's a whole... Stupid. She's younger than me, guys, by enough developmental that I should have realized, hey, we shouldn't call this number because the first 3 digits are the police. When I tell you that song hit so differently after I heard it, I was like, well, after we made that call, I was like, Whit, you big stupid. Just the dumb leading the blind or the blind leading the dumb. I don't know, but it was crazy. Good times. So yeah, pagers. Then you had to find a payphone, call, because everybody couldn't have no car phone. So pagers or 2 ways. I just got a page from so-and-so, called a number back. Now, what if you paid somebody and by the time they are able to call you back, you ain't at home no more? Crazy. You just got to wait on the next time to get in contact with. All right, bring it back. Fast forward. Razors, yeah. Can't remember the year, but phones started making advancements and they started getting nice, everything like that. I don't remember what I love a good flip phone. Ooh, I love a good flip. I remember junior, senior year, I want to say, I had this black, I can't even remember who made the phone. It probably was another Motorola because they was doing a big one. And I feel like Sprint had a contract with Motorola because, yeah. At one point, I stopped having that phone and that phone line, that cell phone line. But once I got a cell phone, we didn't even have no, once me and my mama moved, I didn't have my own phone line no more. That kind of bothered me because now we were sharing. This was also the introduction of internet. That dial-up. When that dial-up came through, I need to use the phone. And this is another thing. So I still have my personal landline, but I'm telling the story out of order because now it's all coming back to me. Because in 2000, Mavis Beacon era, I remember I had Mavis Beacon on CD-ROM, learning how to type. And so we started getting AOL. We had AOL dial-up. And with that, the internet was connected to my mama line. I remember plenty of times connecting to the internet and she pick up the phone ready to make a phone call. How long you gonna be? Or she would then yell for me to hear her. How long you gonna be? I need to call. Oh, okay, go ahead. And if she finna call somebody, who knows how long she finna sit up on the phone and she paid the bill for? Who knows? But yeah, them dial-up days, waiting on that thing to connect, yeah, that's patience. Kids don't gotta wait no more. Kids don't gotta wait no more. They don't have to wait. Everything is that's where the entitlement come from. All right. Anyway. At one point, the phone that my mom had got me, I didn't have it no more. And so then my daddy got me a cell phone. Phones were getting smaller and smaller and smaller. He got me a brick. Embarrassed. Don't want nobody to see my phone. That brick, so much of a brick. The whole back was the battery. That's just how much of a brick this was. It was a Nokia. And we were no longer in Nokia area. Like, them thick brick Nokias it was a Nokia with an antenna. It wasn't even a Nokia that was like smooth, small all around. It had a back. I mean, it had a back of a battery and it had an antenna. Embarrassed. Junior and senior year, my mama got me a phone again. And this phone, it was a flip phone. And I remember it was one of them ones where when you closed it, the time and everything would appear on like this little mini screen on the front. So like if I'm getting a call, I could look at the screen, flip that thing up and get to it. Like the front little screen was like a little, it would show you my caller ID, flip it up. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. And now I be seeing people with they little flip phones. Flip phones now don't carry the same oomph that a flip phone back then. Give me that thick of a flip phone. Give me a little weight on it with a keyboard. Because you flipping, you make an iPhone flip, it don't flip the same. I need the, and I need to hear that, I need to hear that smack. You hang up on somebody with the, you hang up, think about the last time you hung up on somebody with your smartphone. You press that button and gotta toss it. You can, when you hang up on somebody, it gotta have a little force. The flip gave you force. Now, pressing the screen don't give you no force. Cause if I'm hanging up, even if I don't hang up on a person, but the conversation ended in a way that I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy. If it's like, okay, well, I'm finna go. All right, bye. Boop. I gotta do something with the phone. I can't just, and then power of a flip. You get the, that felt good. Okay. Now we're going to college. Dang, I don't remember what phone I had freshman year, but I do know second half of freshman year, I ended up getting a new phone, was in a relationship, and this is when you start being grown. This is when you start being grown. My mama didn't want to pay for something. And so what we do? Oh, you could just join my line. When you get to joining a line with somebody, if you don't know, if you've never done that, because I've done it 2 times. I've joined, or we have, the first line I joined, the first time I did that, I joined my boyfriend at the time. I joined his line, his bill, his whatever. The second time, Shorty joined with me. Either way it go, it is very like, it was the first time I did it. I'm thinking I'm cute. I'm thinking I'm big dog. Like me and my boyfriend we gotta land together. Like ooh. And I only did it because my mama wasn't finna keep paying for whatever features that I wanted. I think I wanted unlimited texting. That's what it was. Cause he was a texter and I needed to be a texter because now I'm away at college and us talking on the phone. Because I remember I ain't have a whole lot of texting before college. I just, baby girl paying for what she paying for, and what I gotta do as a child. Okay, I'll make it work. Make it enough. I got that line with that man. Unlimited texting. Text messages about nothing. And then the characters. And then you got an inbox, you got an outbox. The separation of messages. And then once the folders got too big, you had to delete. Whew. Stressful. That's the best way I could describe it. I just need y'all to meet me in the comments as I'm recalling my experience. Please recall yours so we could just chop it up and just have a grand old time. But like, this technology journey or this phone journey has been one for the books. Started doing text messaging. And then if you send a very long message, it sent it into 2 different messages. So now you also got to read it in the proper order as they come through. We talking about texting, right? How many people know how to use T9? Yeah. Man. Like, waiting, or I remember when I first started texting, I didn't know how to do T9. So I had to I need a keyboard to really see. Let me see. If Shorty want to say hi, you got to hit that 4 2 times. Then that 4 3 times to get to the I. Then your space or your 0. A, you got to hit that number 2 1 time. You got to hit that number 7 for R 3 times. And then hit number 3 2 times for E. But when you know how to T9 and when you end up knowing how to, see, let me agree or disagree. Kids would probably be better spellers, readers, and writers if they had T9. Leave me in the comments. Because we can spell, we can read, and we can write. And it might have been because of T9. You trying to get that text message off real quick before your teacher come and see your phone? Yeah, you gotta You gotta know the buttons. That tactile, that sensation. Ooh, child. Yeah. Oh, this. I remember when my grandma got a cell phone. I would play on her phone, and she wasn't using her phone to its full capacity. Baby girl, I'm finna set you up with a screensaver. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. I'm finna do this. Finna do that. I'm also finna get you some ringtones. What were the top 2 common ringtones for your mama? I'm gonna take a moment, give a little quick pause, because there are only 2 really that you gave your mama. It's only really 2. Boys to Men, A Song for Mama, or Stewie from Family Guy, Mom, Mom, Mommy, Mommy, Mama, Ma. If you didn't use those, what was you talking about? What was you doing? Who was calling you? What mama was calling you? Like, those were the, in my opinion, if there was a different one you used for your mama, meet me in the comments, meet me in the chat. Cell phones, gotta love them. Let's see. Let's keep going. Google came out with their own phone. And I don't know. I don't remember. It wasn't I wanted a sidekick. Couldn't afford a sidekick, so I didn't get a sidekick. But I had got this Google phone that when you like pushed it up, so it had a screen with a little scroll bar. But then when you turned it sideways, you could pop it up, and then you had your little keyboard. You could do your text and your everything. I had that phone for a little bit. Never got involved with BlackBerry. BlackBerry was they was their own type of people. And then shortly after that, iPhone came about. I didn't get my first iPhone until 2015. Yeah. I was a Samsung girl. After my Google phone, I think I was Samsung for forever. And then Samsung just started making more better and better phones up until I left. I mean, they still make good phones, I would say. Fun fact, Apple just steal what Samsung do and just make hype about it. But if we really being honest, Samsung is a better phone. Apple is a cult. If you didn't know that, it's a cult I'm a part of. And I don't know that I'm going to leave. And because I'm finna start getting their laptops and I got their iPad, while I do want to convert and go, be PC and all that for what I do, Mac is the better experience. But going from Android to Apple, it is a learning curve. As far like people be like, it's so user friendly. Nah, it's really not. People be hyping that up. It take a minute. Like my mom wants an iPhone. And so me and my sister like, okay, the only reason why we down is because we don't want no blue chat no more. I mean, no green chat. But baby girl, you're not going to use this iPhone to its potential. I just know you're not, but that's your business. You're going to not have an iPhone, so the chat will be green and we will all feel better. But yeah, it's just, And I'll be honest, sometimes I feel away with a green chat. I really do. I hate it. I really hate it. It's not fair, but it's real. It's real. Green chats. Let me just get a little bit more personal. When I was on the dating apps, once we finally exchanged numbers, I put that number in that text box. In that I put that number in that text too, and then it don't go blue. Kind of just let me know what kind of conversation we gonna have. I just don't know. I don't know. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, here we are. iPhone also don't do nothing. I remember one year they came out with another phone. All they did was move the jack from the top to the bottom. Then, remember the year when they made the charging port and the phone, what you call that? The headphone port, the same port? Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I can't charge my phone and listen to music? This is unfair. Yeah. So, phones. I think that this was also a thing. Buying or paying for data, internet data. I think that was a thing. I think that was. I can't remember because I just don't remember. But I think that was a thing. Yep. Yeah. Phones have definitely changed. I was looking at somebody real and they was talking about how back in the day you needed to always log into an app. Now an app stays open. And I was like, dang, you right. You used to just have you used to have to sign in. Now it's just readily available whenever you want to get involved. You just go and that just kind of keeps you on that hamster wheel. But I won't go there. Y'all already know how I feel about tech and AI and all that. This was just supposed to be a trip down memory lane, thinking about when you used to call or text and just how different it was and just like some of the skills that you developed through emerging technology. So to all my millennials, I love us. We have a very unique experience that everybody after us will never understand. Like, in thinking about this episode, oh my gosh, what was that thought? I can't even remember it. Cause it was like Gen Z and later will never know what it sounds like. It's something that Gen Z and later will never experience, but we know what it sounds like and what it feel like. I don't think they do. I can't remember what that was. If you know or think you know what I'm talking about, go ahead, meet me. But I can't remember. But it's just some things that they will never experience, and they don't know how much. They won't know how cool life was because of those features. But yeah. Are y'all gonna get landlines again one day? Okay, this was fun. As always, wishing you love, light, and laughter. Until next time.